Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation for St. Petersburg College, ATE 3515. My name is Rebecca Daisy Justice, and I was chosen to do a state level case. I chose state case from 2017, Maryland App, Lexus 1058, Cohnn versus Maryland National Capital Park. Let's get started. So some case facts. The case was held at the Court of Special Appeals in Annapolis, Maryland. Our defendant was Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission's Deer Management Program via bow hunting. The plaintiff was Miss Eileen Cohn, where she brought forth a complaint of the possible violation of animal cruelty laws from the program. Cohn presented that bow hunting is an inhumane way of harvesting deer and that other means are in the animal's best interest, such as the park's other option of sharpshooting by selected members. The court determined that the program was not in violation of animal cruelty and ruled in favor of the Park Commission. So some more information into the archery deer management program. There is an overpopulation of white-tailed deer in Prince George's County, Maryland, where the Park Commission is based out of. Per the Park Commission's website, deer management is needed to control forest degradation, biodiversity, deer-to-vehicle collisions, Lyme's disease risk, property damage, and poor herd health. Regulations are in place as to how many and what type of deer are permitted to be harvested. Proper Maryland state licensing is required in order to hunt, and there are certain seasons set in place. Now, your hunting licenses are purchased through the state of Maryland through their DNR division. The seasons are set for specific types of hunting methods, such as bow hunting, and what type of deer that is allowed to be taken, such as you can only take does at a certain time of the year, you can only take bucks at a certain time of the year, which all depends on whether the deer are mating or they're birthing their young or when they're still growing. So the issue brought up within this case is that Miss Cohn said that bow hunting is an inhumane form of harvesting deer, therefore violating Maryland state animal cruelty laws. Miss Cohn stated that bow hunting results in more wounding than actual killing of the deer, and that the Planning Commission was aware of the statistics on wounding rates and chose to ignore them. Now, Maryland state law states that a person may not inflict unnecessary suffering or pain to an animal. However, this excludes situations such as hunting and pest elimination, which is what the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission's program is set up for. Now, since Ms. Cohn is alleging animal cruelty for this case, we can categorize this as criminal law, since in the United States, animal cruelty is a criminal offense now. So the judgment in this case, the court ruled in favor of the Park Commission. Their deer management program was approved, and there was no indication that the pilot program was conducted in a way that violates any laws or regulations pertaining to bow hunting or animal cruelty. And their program is still running today. So the reasoning behind the court's decision: the court found that the program was not set up in a way that violated animal cruelty laws or Maryland state bow hunting regulations. This is not considered animal cruelty since hunting and pest elimination are excluded from the law itself. Now, there is another option within the program for use of guns as a method of harvesting the deer, but from what I gathered, it was only from certain park officials and not open to the public. So at this point, bow hunting is the only method that the public can take deer, and bow hunting is not at the same level as animal cruelty in the state of Maryland. And those that are participating are doing it in the most humane method available to them. So with this case, there was no dissenting opinion. The case didn't move on to another court, and no other information was found, making this portion of it not applicable to the case I chose. The final disposition for this case, the court ruled in favor of the defendant, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. The program is currently in place and active via their website. It's all set up for the 2020 season, and all information is current. The plaintiff did appeal, which I found within the case law search website provided through the class link, but I didn't find any further information, so I'm not sure how the appeal process went or if it proceeded any further than that. So my case analysis, I agree completely with the court's ruling in favor of the program. I feel like it's very beneficial for programs like this to be in place to manage herd numbers. I own horses, and with deer come many zoonotic diseases that could possibly be transmitted to either us as humans or to the horses themselves. As previously mentioned in this PowerPoint, Lyme's disease is very serious for not only humans but dogs and horses and other livestock that the deer could easily come in contact with when overpopulated and searching for other food sources. Along with the disease processes come with parasites that cause severe neurologic conditions in horses, which could easily be avoided by keeping the deer away and numbers managed. I also am a part of a farming family and a part of a heavily involved farming town, and deer love to feed upon the crops that are planted by the farmers and cause serious damage, which cuts into farmer profit and therefore farmer livelihood. And it's very difficult to keep the deer away with such large numbers without some sort of control in population. I also am a avid bow shooter myself. I've not gotten into the hunting portion of things, but I have family members and a boyfriend who go bow hunting, and I can speak from their experience that bow hunting is just as lethal as if you were to take a deer via a gun. And it is in no way any form of cruelty when done properly, and many of the hunters in this area, my boyfriend and family included, have practiced long and hard to make sure that they're hitting the deer, as most accurately as possible to avoid any unnecessary pain and to be able to keep those herd numbers under control and bring home food for their families. On this slide, you'll find the resources that I used to create the presentation, including the case search website provided to us from the class, the information website for the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission's Deer Management Program, along with links to all the photos that you saw in this presentation. I want to thank you all for listening to my presentation, and I wish you all the best of luck in the upcoming semester, and hope you all learned a little bit of something from my presentation. And that's it. Thanks.